Well, my dears, let's begin talking about present simple and present continuous once again. We are going to have like a super fast review of each one. And while we are doing the review, we are going to be talking about the main differences between these two verbal tenses, okay? Let's begin with present simple, guys. Let's begin with this one. So, what do you remember of present simple? I need you to open your microphones and to talk today, okay? I am not going to be paying attention to the chat because you have used to talk just through the chat and not with the microphone. Están acostumbrados a usar solo el chat y no el micrófono, so please, I need you to open your microphone and tell me. So, what do you remember of present simple? What is that? Check your notes. We have talked about this. Let me know. What is this? What do you remember? Present simple. What did we
That
say?
it's a time in English that we used to express routines.
Okay, it is a verbal tense in English, of course, that we use to talk about routines. What else? What else do you remember? Do we have any other use or we just use it to talk about routines? Tell me.
About habits.
Okay, that's it. So routines, habits, very good. Present simple to talk about routines and habits that we have. Something else? Do you remember something else?
To express an action that happens again and again. The present simple use the frequency adverbs.
That's it. So that's when you use habits, like actions that happen over and over again, habits, and those habits are permanent habits, hábitos permanentes. So for that reason, you use the frequency adverbs. Often, usually, always, never, okay? So frequency adverbs. Very good, guys. Do you remember something about the structure? For example, the auxiliary verbs. Which are the auxiliary verbs of present simple? What do you remember? We have two auxiliary verbs that we use for questions and for negative sentences. Do and does. Very good. So, very good, guys. Present simple. Don't forget that present simple is a verbal tense that we use just to talk about things in present. So, we are going to begin with the review. You have a good memory. Very good. So, let's begin with the use. I am going to give you like a list of uses. I am going to remember this for you. Vamos a recordarlo juntos, okay? Because we talk about it like the previous class. So the first use. We use present simple when something is generally or always true. Don't forget, guys, for facts, para hechos, para algo que es usualmente o generalmente verdad. That's when we use, or one of the uses of present simple. For example, we have this. People need food. That's true. That's a general true. Es una verdad. Si no comes, pues nada, te mueres. Or you can say 2 and 2 make 4. That's another true. That's something that is true. So you can make something different. 2 and 2 make 4, and that's something that is not going to change. Which other thing can we say that it's true? Who can give me another example? For example, let's think about the sky and the color of the sky. So who can give me an example by using present simple and by taking into account the color of the sky? Someone? Facts, something that is always true, generally true. Who can give me that example? What is the color of the sky, guys? Green?
No, the color of the sky is blue.
So the sky is blue. That's a fact. That's it. The sky is blue. El cielo es azul. Punto. Están presente, no estás diciendo nada diferente, no puedes cambiar el hecho de que el cielo sea azul. The sky is blue. Do we have something else? For example, something that is always true. If you say, I don't like onions. No me gustan, no me van a gustar, nunca me han gustado, es una verdad, punto, es así. General truths or something that is always true. Okay? Questions about use number 1? Perfect. Let's continue with use number 2. We use present simple for a situation that we think is more or less permanent. What is the meaning of more or less, guys?
Más o menos.
Más o menos, very good. Algo que es más o menos permanente. Look at this. This is to talk about something that we are experiencing in this moment but may finish someday. It doesn't matter. But right now is a permanent situation of our life. Right now we are in the middle of this situation. For example, she works in a bank. My sister lives with my parents. So the fact that she is working in a bank is permanent by now. El hecho de que ella trabaje en un banco es algo permanente en este momento. En este momento ya todos los días está yendo a trabajar en el banco porque es el lugar en el que la contrataron. Pero les pregunto, ¿ustedes creen que ella toda la vida va a trabajar en un banco? Yes or no?
No.
No. Maybe she is going to work in a bank for, I don't know, 50 years. Let's think about that kind of people who works on the same place for his entire life. Pensemos en esas personas que trabajan toda su vida laboral en el mismo lugar. Pero va a llegar un punto en el que esa persona, no sé, se va a pensionar. Y si ya se pensionó, pues ya se va a ir para la casa y va a dejar de trabajar en el banco. Y la situación que era permanente en su vida, pues ya no es más permanente. ¿Ok? So, she works in a bank. More or less permanent. My sister lives with my parents. So, she is living with the parents right now. This is something that is happening right now. I mean, this is a permanent situation. Es una situación permanente en su vida. Y no sabemos cuánto tiempo va a ser permanente. Digamos que no, digamos que con este uso del presente simple para situaciones más o menos permanentes, tenemos que tener en cuenta que nosotros usualmente no sabemos cuánto tiempo va a durar eso. So, my sister lives with my parents. Y son cosas importantes. My sister lives with my parents. She works in a bank. I study at the school. Can you see? So, for example, if you say, I study at Los Alpes School. Yo estudio en el colegio Los Alpes. Is that something permanent for you right now? Yes, eso es algo permanente para ustedes en este momento. En este momento ustedes trabajan en Los Alpes, estudian en Los Alpes. My question, are you going to study at Los Alpes School your entire life? Yes or no? No, of course not, guys, because someday maybe this is going to be permanent for you, maybe 3 extra years. But someday you will have to leave because you are going to be graduated and you will have to access to the university. So Los Alpes School is not going to be your school anymore. Okay? So, more or less permanent situations. Y son situaciones permanentes que usualmente son como largas, que vas a tener una permanencia en eso larga. Questions about the second use? The use of present simple to talk about more or less permanent situations? No questions? Okay, let's continue with the uses. There is another use of present simple that we have talked about, ya lo habíamos dicho, lo vamos a recordar. We use it to talk about habits or things that we do regularly. Habits or something that is usual in our life. So, as Gabby was saying, we often use adverbs of frequency. Don't forget that adverbs of frequency are words that are going to help you to say how often you do something, como qué tan frecuentemente haces algo. ¿Listo? But we use present simple to talk about habits or something that is usual or regular in your life. You can use expressions like often, always, sometimes, or for example, every Sunday, twice a month. We are going to remember the meanings of this. What is the meaning of often? Please open your microphones and tell me. What is often? What do you remember? Often. What is that? No one.
Frecuentemente.
Like, sí, a menudo, con frecuencia, seguido. Very good. What about always? What is the meaning of always?
Siempre.
What about sometimes?
Algunas veces.
Perfect. What about twice a month? What is the meaning of this? Twice a month.
Una vez al mes.
So, twice. Una vez al mes sería once a month. So twice is two. Twice a month, dos veces al mes. Okay? Every Sunday. So you may be talking about habits that you don't have every single day. It is not a daily habit. It is not a daily routine. But maybe it's something that you do every weekend. Todos los fines de semana. Every Sunday. Or it's something that you do every Tuesday. Or something that you do twice a month. Twice a year. Lo haces solo dos veces en el año, en el mes o así. Pero es un hábito. Es algo que vas a hacer sí o sí. Porque es un hábito permanente en tu vida. Remember this word, permanent, a permanent habit. We are going to check the example. I play tennis every Tuesday. This is something usual, this is something permanent, this is an habit. It is not every day, it is every Tuesday, but it's okay, it's an habit. I don't, look at this, don't travel very often. Yo no viajo muy seguido. This is part of this life. It's something usual, it's something common. El hecho de que no viaja seguido es un hábito, es algo regular en la vida de esta persona. I don't travel often. Okay? So we use it to talk about habits or something that is regular and permanent habits, permanent things in our life. Questions about this use? Questions about this use, guys? Okay. Do you need time to take notes? Yes or no? Let me know, please. Or can I continue? Please say something. Do you need time to take notes or can I continue? You don't need time, Anna? Okay, so we are going to continue. And finally, guys, we have another use. Look at this one. We can also use the present simple for short actions that are happening now. No se vayan a confundir acá, amores, con este happening now, porque recuerden que lo que usamos para hablar de eventos que están ocurriendo en este momento, pues es el continuo. Pero el presente simple tiene una forma para utilizar pues estas acciones. Miren esto. You can use it to talk about short actions. That means that those are going to be actions that begin and finish almost at the same time. Acciones que prácticamente inician y terminan al mismo tiempo, que son tan corticas que no tienes tiempo de decirlo en continuo, pues porque no hubo continuidad. Es como que pasó en este momento, pero apenas pasó, se acabó. Okay? Short actions. Let's continue. The actions are so short that they are finished almost as soon as you say the sentence. This is often used with sports commentary. Usualmente lo usan los comentaristas de deportes. Porque la acción es tan rápida, amores, que termina incluso antes de que ustedes terminen de decir qué pasó. So let's take a look to this. Let's imagine that we are in the middle of a football match. And the commentator is saying, he takes the ball, he runs down the wing, and he scores. Él toma la pelota, él corre y él anota. Si se dan cuenta, el momento en el que él atrapa el balón es un momento en el presente, pero que pasó y inició y terminó súper rápido. Y ya él tomó el balón y de una ya está corriendo y no terminaba de correr cuando ya está anotando. ¿Sí se dan cuenta? So that's how you can use present simple to talk about short actions that are happening now. Super short actions. Actions that finish almost as soon as they begin. Okay? So, questions about this use of present simple, guys? Questions about this use of present simple or no questions? Please let me know. Okay, do you need time to take notes or no? No. Okay. So let's continue with the next part. Uses. Uses of present simple. Look at this. Now we are going to begin talking, or like to remember, vamos a recordar porque ya hablamos de esto. We are going to review how to form it, how is the form. So in affirmative, let's go with this. Ana Gabriela, can you please help me reading that part?
Okay, the present tense is the past form of the verb, but with the third person singular, she, he, it, we add an s.
Thank you. So look at this, guys. Don't forget this. The present tense is the base form of the verb, like in infinitive. Es como que toda la oración va normal, el sujeto va normal, el verbo va normal, no conjugas nada. Pero tienes que tener cuidado con la tercera persona. You have to be really careful with he, she, and it. Why? Because in these cases, don't forget that you have to add a final S. No se les olvide que con he, she, it tienen que agregarle una S final al verbo o una ES dependiendo de las excepciones que les di. Ya se las di, ya hablamos de esto, entonces porfa revísenlas. Let's take a look to the example. So, example number 1. My brother and I play the piano on Saturdays. Carmela plays the piano on Saturday. Can you see? Miren la diferencia. My brother and I somos dos personas, por lo que el verbo va a ir común y corriente. My brother and I play the piano. That's it. It's over. But when it's just one person, when it's just Carmela, when it's a she, cuando es una chica, un chico o una cosa, you have to complete the verb with a final S. So Carmela plays. Can you see? The piano on Saturday. This is a routine, this is an habit that Carmela has, and we can change it. This is something usual in her life. She goes and plays the piano. Okay? Questions of this form, the form in affirmative? No? So 10 seconds to take notes. Okay, let's continue. Now that you don't have questions in affirmative, we are going to continue with the negative form. And here we have something important, something that you said to me at the very beginning of the class. Our auxiliary verb. Do and does. Don't forget, no se les olvide, chicos, que en presente simple tienen dos auxiliares que son el do y el das. ¿Listo? Utilizan do y das de acuerdo al sujeto. Das con he, she, it, do con los demás. So, we are going to read this part. Gaby Rojas, can you please help me reading this part?
Yes, teacher. Negative. We use do and does to make negatives with the present simple. We use doesn't for the third person singular, she, he, it, and don't for the others. After those, we don't add es to the verb.
Thank you, Gaby. So look at this, guys. As I was telling you, we have our auxiliary verb, do and does. And as this is negative, it is going to be do not, does not, or don't and doesn't. Puede ser don't y doesn't, or do not, does not, solo agregando el not. What happened, guys? We use doesn't or does not for she, he, it. And here we have something important. When you have the auxiliary verb, you don't have to add final s. Como decíamos que en el he, she tocaba agregar una s final en el verbo, ¿se acuerdan? Eso es solo para afirmativo. That's just for affirmative, guys. Because when you have your auxiliary verb, that is going to tell you which subject are you using. Cuando lo tienes con tu auxiliar, eso te va a decir a ti, bueno, mira, es este sujeto, no necesitas ponerle S ni nada para que se den cuenta. ¿Por qué? Porque el auxiliar te va a estar haciendo todo el trabajo. Así que no me dejen al auxiliar desempleado, no le pongan la S final cuando están en negativo. ¿Ok? We are going to check some examples. My brother and I don't play the piano on Saturdays. So, once again, my brother and I. Two, we have don't because we are two. And we have the verb in the normal way. Or, let's go back to Carmela. Carmela doesn't play the piano on Saturdays. Look at this. I wrote doesn't because it is just one. It is just Carmela. And Carmela doesn't is going to make that place is without S. Si se dan cuenta acá en el afirmativo, el place tenía ese final. Miren, Carmela plays the piano on Saturday. Pero aquí abajito, como tenemos el auxiliar diciendo que Carmela no lo hace, ese auxiliar hace que mi verbo sea normal, simplemente en infinitivo. No le pongo nada, no le quito nada, lo dejo común y corriente. Don't and doesn't, do not or does not. Questions about the use of present simple in negative? Okay, no questions? So you have 10 seconds to take notes. Okay, my dears, ready? Did you take notes or no yet? Say something. Yes or no yet? Right. I am going to take your silence as a yes. Yes, teacher, we finish. We take notes. Okay. And finally, guys, in this structure, let's talk about present simple in questions. So we are going to read this slide. Jerónimo, can you please help me reading this slide?
¿Yo, profe?
Yes, baby.
Okay. As in a negative form in question, do, does, she, he, it is used at the beginning. If there's any WH question, we put in the first position. So, do, does go the second position.
Thank you, Jero. So guys, in questions, really easy. You just have to switch. Solo hacen switch, hacen un cambio. ¿Ok? Switch. Si ustedes usualmente tienen sujeto y el verbo auxiliar, pues en este caso le van a dar la vueltica y ya no va a ser sujeto y el verbo auxiliar, sino que va a ser el verbo auxiliar y su sujeto. For example, do we play the piano on Saturdays? Look at this. You have your auxiliary verb, you have the subject, and you have the verb in the normal way. ¿Sí ven? Y luego el complemento. But what happens when you have a WH question? Cuando tienen una pregunta con WH, pues amores, ustedes saben que el WH se lleva al primer lugar. Entonces, lo que hacen es poner el WH question al principio y luego el resto de la pregunta común y corriente. So, when does Carmela play the piano? Look at this. I have when because it is a WH question, but the rest of the question is going to be in the normal way. El resto va a ser igual. Primero el auxiliar, luego el sujeto, luego el verbo. Does Carmela play the piano? When does Carmela play the piano? Can you see the difference? So, don't forget, first of all, the auxiliary verb do or does by taking into account the subject, and then you just have to continue with your subject, your normal verb, and your complement. And of course, you can't forget the question mark. Questions up to this point? Okay, so 10 seconds to take notes. Ready? Did you take notes or no yet? Guys, please say something. Let me know if you take notes or no. ¿Ya tomaron notas o aún no? Okay, yes. Let's continue then. So no questions about present simple in the uses or in the form, right? No questions. Okay, as you don't have questions, right now we are going to do an exercise to practice. Look at this. I am going to play a video of Mr. Bean. This is a video where Mr. Bean is going to a medical appointment, okay? What are you going to do? You are going to watch the video and you are going to take notes of the things that Mr. Bean does, okay? Take notes of the things in present simple, of course. So, Mr. Bean wakes up at 7 a.m. Mr. Bean takes a shower. Mr. Bean have breakfast. I don't know. Van a tomar notas en presente simple de todo lo que vean que hace Mr. Bean, okay? I am going to ask you at the end of the video. So, is it clear? Is it clear what you are going to do? Just now, say something, please. Say something. Is it clear? No? Yes. Okay, perfect. So, for example, Thomas, what are we going to do? Explain me in Spanish, what are we going to do? Thomas?
Mi profe se demora en prender el...
Okay, sorry. So tell me in Spanish, what are we going to do? We are going to watch the video and then what? Guys. Oh my God. So Juan Camilo, what are we going to do, baby? Can you please explain me in Spanish, what are we going to do?
Toca ir a Classroom
No, no,
y
no,
ver
no, no. Yo no dije nada de Classroom. No leas lo que dice ahí. ¿Qué dije yo que vamos a hacer?
ver el video.
Ver el video y qué vamos a hacer. ¿Vas a ver el video y ya o qué tienen que hacer mientras ven el video? Ok. Ana.
No, ¿qué? No, ya. Tomar nota de lo que hace Mr. Bean, pues eso es lo que entendí.
Eso es, muy bien. Van a ver el video y van a notar todo lo que él hace, tanto como puedan, chicos, pero en presente simple. Me van a escribir oraciones en presente simple. Keep in mind the auxiliary verbs. Keep in mind the things, the fact that he is a third person. Maybe if he doesn't do something, you can also write negative sentences. So, we are going to watch the video. Please take notes of all the things that he does, but in present simple. Okay, guys, did you take notes? Yes? No? Don't be so shy. Don't be so quiet. Please say something. No. Okay. What about the others? The idea was to take notes. So, okay, Gabby, you are saying yes. Can you please read your notes for us?
Okay. Mr. Bean looks at the window. Mr. Bean was late. Mr. Bean dresses in the car. Mr. Bean drives with his foot. Mr. Bean hurts his nose. Mr. Bean brushes his teeth in the car. Mr. Bean hits a car and and no more.
No more. Okay, very good. You wrote almost everything in present perfect, menos la primera. Mr. Bean was late. No, Mr. Bean is late. Don't forget. But the other ones were perfect. Mateo, tell me.
He sleeps with a teddy bear. He wakes up at 9 o'clock. He opens his window. He cuts her beard. He don't have sorry. He don't have lucky. He dresses up too fast. He has a watch clock. He drives a green car and he brushes his teeth.
Very good. So be careful with the use of his and her. He cut his. Okay? And with the auxiliaries. He doesn't. Not he don't, but he doesn't. But it was amazing. Perfect. Someone else who wants to participate with the sentences? I just want to hear how you did it. So let me check the chat. Gaby Rico, can you please help us? Anna, can you please read for us your notes?
Okay, teacher. Mr. Bean is asleep. Mr. Bean is making the bed. He walks, cover the teddy bear. He drives. He drives with his feet. He dresses in the car. He brushes his teeth.
Okay, very good. So you just include that he is making the bed. That's in continuous. Él lo está haciendo, but the other ones were great. Okay, my dears. So let's continue. You don't have questions about present simple, right? So as you don't have questions, right now we are going to keep talking about it. We are going to continue with present continuous and we are going to check the differences between continuous and simple while we talk about it. But first of all, let me know what do you remember of present continuous? We talked about it like the previous week, maybe 2 weeks ago maximum. But what can you tell me? What do you remember of present continuous? Tell me something about it. Present continuous. What is that? What is present continuous? Open your microphone and tell me.
It's a tense that we use to express action that it's happening now.
Okay, it is a verbal tense that we use to talk about things that are happening right now. Things that happen now. Things that happen in this moment, okay? We have some other uses and I am going to show you those uses. Les voy a recordar los usos porque sí, en su mayoría es para hablar de cosas que estamos haciendo en este momento, en su mayoría, pero también tenemos usos diferentes. So here we go. Let's begin with present continuous. Let's review present continuous. So, first of all, let's talk about the uses. Michelle, can you please help me reading this first part? We use the present continuous.
We use the present continuous for things that are happening at the moment of experience. They are not finished yet. when we are talking about time.
Thank you, Princess. Look at these guys. Use number 1. Take notes if necessary. We use present continuous to talk about things that are happening at the moment. Things that are happening right now in the moment of speaking, and those things are not finished when we are talking about them. So, son cosas que están pasando justo ahora y que no se han acabado mientras hablamos de ellas. Ahí está la primera diferencia con el presente simple. ¿Por qué? ¿Quién me dice por qué? ¿Qué pasa con el presente simple? Si estos son cosas que están sucediendo en el momento, pero que no se han acabado cuando estamos hablando de ellas, ¿cuál es la diferencia de este primer uso con el presente simple? Who can tell me? Porque en el presente simple también tenemos un uso para hablar de cosas que suceden en el momento, pero ¿cuál es la diferencia?
Que las cosas que se nombren en el presente continuo es algo que sigue,
Ajá, ¿y qué pasa en el simple?
que es una acción rápida.
Exacto, very good, Mateo. Cuando ustedes utilizan presente continuo es para hablar de una acción que está sucediendo en el momento y que tiene continuidad, digamos que tiene una duración en el tiempo. I am working at the moment. Julie is sleeping. Can you see? You have continuity, you have like time of a duration time, tienes tiempo de duración. Pero en el simple no. En el simple es algo que es tan rápido que prácticamente inicia y termina al mismo tiempo. Tú no has terminado de hablar cuando la acción ya se acabó. So, difference number 1, diferencia número 1. Present continuous to talk about actions that are happening in the moment and that has progress. Actions that have progress. Actions that are not finished when you are talking about them. So, for example, I am working at the moment. Julie is sleeping. I am speaking in English. Give me more examples, please. Think about the things that are happening right now. Piensa en las cosas que están pasando justo ahora, in this moment, and give me examples. So, in my case, I am speaking in English. What else? Give me another example, please. Think about things you are doing right now or things that are happening right now. And give me examples. Give me an example. Things that are happening right now. For example, tell me, Gaby.
I am eating a bubble gum.
Okay, I am eating a bubble gum. Perfect. Any other example? Something that is happening right now. So, for example, Geronimo, give me another example.
I am playing soccer.
In this moment, are you playing soccer right now?
No, I am learning English.
I am learning English. That's happening right now. Very good. And we have something that is in progress. Perfect. Ana Gabriela, give me another example.
I am eating apple.
I am eating an apple. Perfect. Any other example? Something else that is happening right now? Michelle, give me another example. What is happening right now? Another example.
I am drinking water.
I am drinking water. Perfect. So we have things that are happening right now in this moment and things that are happening and that are continuous. Things that are in progress. So I am recording the class. I am explaining English. I am talking with my students. My students are paying attention. Can you see? Questions about use number 1 and difference number 1 of present continuous? No? Okay, let's continue then. Use number 2. We can also use this tense for other kind of temporary situations, even if the action isn't happening at this moment. So, use number 2, also to talk about temporary situations. En el presente simple decíamos que hablábamos de cosas temporales. She works, she studies at a school. She works in a bank. Son cosas generales, cosas que son permanentes en la vida en ese momento. En el presente continuo también tenemos una forma de hablar de situaciones permanentes, pero es diferente por esto. Look at the example. I am reading a really great book. Give me a second, please. Okay, sorry. I am reading a really good book. This action is not happening right now. Puede que la acción no esté en progreso en este instante, pero tú en este momento de tu vida sí estás leyendo un libro. I am reading a really great book. This is something that is happening in your life in this moment. This is something that is going to finish. No es como tan fuerte y tan permanente como la que hablábamos en el presente simple, pero pues el hecho de que estás leyendo un libro es, no lo estás haciendo justo ahora, pero lo estás leyendo y lo vas a seguir leyendo por un tiempo. Okay? So temporary situations like this one. I am going to show you the difference. Look at this. You are going to compare these two. I work in a school. That's present simple. Yo trabajo en un colegio. That's a permanent situation of my life. I don't know how many times I am going to be at the school. But right now, in this moment of my life, I work in a school. But what happens if I say I am working in a school? Present continuous. Yo estoy trabajando en un colegio. Puede ser algo que, digamos, puede que no esté sucediendo en este momento, por ejemplo, que el hecho de que yo esté trabajando, pero si se dan cuenta entre esto y esto hay una gran diferencia. I work in a school, algo general, algo que no importa si es fin de semana, por ejemplo, es el fact de que yo trabajo en un colegio. Pero si yo digo esto, I am working in a school, it may be something that is happening now. Por ejemplo, yo ahorita estoy trabajando en un colegio, no estoy físicamente en el colegio, es el colegio virtual en este momento, pero no cambia el hecho de que yo trabajo en un colegio. Can you see? So, I work in a school, yo trabajo en un colegio, I am working in a school, yo estoy trabajando en un colegio. You can use present simple also to talk about temporary situations, but the action it may not be happening in the moment. Puede que en ese instante, en ese exacto instante no esté sucediendo. Como I'm reading a really good book. Questions about use number 2? Okay, do you need time to take notes, guys? Yes, no, say something, please. Do you need time to take notes, babies? Yes or no? Say something, thank you. Okay, you are super quiet. Let's continue then. Vamos a continuar, porque no me dijeron si necesitaban tiempo para copiar. Let's continue. And we have another use. Miren la diferencia otra vez. We can use the present continuous for temporary or new habits. We often use these expressions like these days or at the moment. Look at this. We can also use present continuous to talk about habits. También lo podemos usar para hablar de hábitos. Pero ¿cuál es la diferencia? Here, in continuous, you are going to use it to talk about temporary or new habits, algo temporal o algo nuevo. Por eso utilizas estos días, en este momento, ¿sí? Temporal o nuevo. Si es nuevo es porque es tan nuevo, es tan reciente que no has tenido tiempo de convertirlo en un hábito permanente. Entonces, si acá hablo de temporary or new habits, ¿cuál es la diferencia de este uso de presente continuo para hablar de hábitos y el presente simple para hablar de hábitos? ¿Quién me cuenta? ¿Cuál es la diferencia? Who can tell me between this use of continuous to talk about habits and simple to talk about habits? What's the difference? Chicos, digan algo. Guys, please remember that the previous class we said like that it's important to participate and to talk. It is super hard to talk just with the screen. Don't leave me alone. Please talk to me.
Pretty sure what's the question?
This is the question. What's the difference between the use of present continuous to talk about habits and the use of present simple to talk about habits. You have it on the screen.
Like we use present continuous where is like on specific days.
So, yes. La diferencia es esta. You use present continuous to talk about habits, but just when you have temporary or new habits. And you use present simple when you have permanent habits. Copien eso, porfa. El presente simple es para hablar de hábitos permanentes, hábitos constantes, algo que es usual en tu vida, hábitos permanentes. El presente continuo es para hablar de hábitos temporales o que son nuevos. Uno es permanente, el otro es temporal. Unos son hábitos viejos, otros son hábitos nuevos. ¿Ok? Let's take a look to the examples. You're smoking too much these days, for example. She's swimming every morning. She didn't used to do this. No solía nadar todos los días, pero ahora sí lo hace, es muy nuevo. She's swimming every morning. Questions about the use of present continuous to talk about habits? Okay. Do you need time to take notes?
I don't think they should.
Okay, you don't need it. What about the others? Okay, so we are going to continue then. Now that you don't have questions about the uses and that you understand the differences, entienden las diferencias entre el simple y el continuo, porque creo que es así, nos lo han preguntado, we are going to continue with this. I am going to talk to you a bit about stative verbs. Stative verbs are used to express feelings, wishes, possessions, but as these are not actions, you can't use it like that. So look at this. Love, want, need, like. Ustedes pueden decir, I like watching TV. I love playing baseball. I want traveling to Miami, qué sé yo. So stative verbs is also something that you may use, but it is not that important. However, I just wanted to mention this. And finally, don't forget that we have an extra use for present continuous. This is an extra use and it is an important use too. Okay? So look at this. Present continuous can be used for the future. Acuérdense que hablamos de esto. Present continuous can be used for the future. So please guys, I need you to take a look to your notes and tell me how do we use present continuous in future. Como ya habíamos hablado de esto, necesito que vuelvan sobre sus notas y me cuenten cómo usamos el presente continuo en el futuro. Check your notes and let me know, please.
An example is, I am going to the party tonight.
For example, I am going to the party tonight. Entonces se refiere que usamos el presente cuando vamos a hablar de futuro, pero un futuro muy cercano. Like tonight, tomorrow, maximum mañana, algo que es muy cercano. So for example, I am eating hamburger this evening. I am meeting my father tomorrow. She is visiting her grandfather tomorrow. Si ven algo muy cercano que va a estar en el pasado, perdón, que va a estar en el futuro, pero que es tan cercano, es un futuro tan cercano que utilizas el presente continuo. So you can say, I am watching TV later. Voy a ver televisión más tarde. Si se dan cuenta, so present continuous can be used for the future, but when you have a near future, cuando tienes un futuro muy cercano, maybe today, maybe tomorrow, ok, súper cercano. Questions about present continuous in future, ya lo habíamos visto, pero lo repasamos. No questions? As you don't have questions, we are going to continue really fast with the form. We are going to review the form, okay? So let's begin with present continuous in affirmative. Juan Camilo, can you please help me reading this part? Juan Camilo. Juan Camilo, baby, can you please help me reading this part?
Affirmative. ¿Sí? ¿Sí?
Yep.
Form. Affirmative. The present continuous is made from the present tense of the verb be, am, are, is, and the ing form of a verb. The children are sleeping at the moment. I am sleeping at the moment. Juliana is sleeping at the moment.
Thank you, Camilo. Look at this, guys. In affirmative, the first thing that you need to know is that verb to be is in love with ing. Ya les había dicho que están súper enamorados, que no me los pueden separar, el verbo to be con el verbo con ing. Be careful, guys. If you have be in brackets, in affirmative, somewhere, that means that you have to use am, are, or is. Significa que es alguno de esos tres. I am, she is, we are. So, we are going to review this really fast. When do you use are? ¿Con qué sujetos utilizan are? Who can tell me?
They, we, and you.
Very good. They, we, you. What about is? Which subjects goes with is?
He, she is.
He, she, it. Very good. And what about am? Just with I. Very good. I am. And the ing form of the verb. So look at this to the example. The children, this is plural, los chicos, los niños, are sleeping. Verbo to be, está enamorado del ing. No me los pueden separar. At the moment, I am sleeping, Jordana is sleeping. Or you can say, my mom is cooking, I am dancing, my father is watching TV, my brother is studying, I am learning. Can you see? What happened, guys? Look at this. Verb to be goes with ing. No me vayan a cometer este error porque ya algunas personitas lo han hecho en algunos ejercicios. No pueden decir the children sleeping, Jordana sleeping, my mom cooking, my brother studying. No, no, no. Sin verbo to be no puede ir, ¿vale? Sin verbo to be se siente solito y abandonado y nos queda mal. So, don't forget it. Questions about the structure of present continuous in affirmative? Important, verb to be plus ing. Questions? Okay, so you have 20 seconds to take notes. Okay, let's continue. Now let's talk about the form in negative. So super easy peasy, babies. In negative, the only thing that you have to do is to put the verb to be in negative. So we make negatives by putting not or an apostrophe T after am, is, or are. Solo van a poner el verbo to be en negativo y les queda todo en negativo. Es maravilloso. So let's read the examples. Mariana, can you please help me reading these three examples?
The children are not sleeping at the moment. I am not sleeping at the moment. Jordan is not sleeping at the moment.
Okay, thank you, Mariana. Look at these guys. The children aren't sleeping or the children are not sleeping. Pueden usar are not, pueden usar aren't y está bien. Lo importante es que el verbo to be esté, obviamente, y que vaya en negativo. I am not sleeping, I am not sleeping. Miren que en este caso sí tenemos que poner el not. No podemos cambiarlo. Lo único que podemos hacer es contraer la forma del am. I'm not or I am not. And finally, Jordana isn't sleeping or Jordana is not sleeping. Solo tienen que poner el verbo to be en negativo. Verb to be goes in negative, and in that way you are going to say something in negative, something that is not happening at the moment. Questions about the negative structure? Okay, great. So, you have 10 seconds to take notes. Ya lo habían tomado en las clases pasadas, but just in case, 10 seconds to take notes. Okay, guys. And finally, we are going to talk about questions, okay? We make questions, okay? How to make questions. We are going to read this part. Questions in present continuous. Samuel, can you please help me reading that part? Samuel?
We make questions by putting am, is, or are in front of the subject. If there is any W, Q, we put in the first position, so be am, is, or are goes to the second position.
Thank you, baby. So, guys, easy peasy. Once again, we just have to switch. Una vez más tenemos que cambiar. Si usualmente tenemos sujeto, verbo to be, ahora vamos a tener verbo to be sujeto. Darle la vuelta. Be careful, guys, because once again, if you have WH questions, si tienes preguntas con WH, al igual que en el simple, pues va a ser lo primero que vamos a poner. Pero recuerden, lo único que tienen que hacer es hacerle switch. Primero va el verbo to be, después va el sujeto. Let's take a look to the examples. Are the children sleeping at the moment? Where are you sleeping? ¿Sí ven? Primero el verbo to be, luego el sujeto, luego el verbo con ing. It doesn't matter if you have, for example, this. It doesn't matter if you have WH question, that is going to be the first thing. So, where, and then la estructura normal. Verbo to be, sujeto, verbo con ing. Where are you sleeping at the moment? Or, in this case, is she sleeping at the moment? Ella está durmiendo. Is my mom cooking? Where is my mom cooking? Am I doing homeworks? Where am I doing homeworks? Or you can say, what are you doing? ¿Qué están haciendo? Or you can say, is she traveling to London? ¿Ella está viajando a London? Or, how is she traveling to London? ¿Cómo está viajando ella a London? So, can you see? Questions about the structure of questions? Okay, so 30 seconds to take notes, and then we are going to begin with the practice. Okay, my dears. So let me know, do you have questions about any question, it doesn't matter, any question about the use of present simple or present continuous? Any question about the differences between present simple and continuous? Please let me know. No, teacher. Perfect. So, we are going to begin with the practice. I am going to share my screen with you and we are going to do some exercises together, okay? So, let me do it. Here we go. What are you going to do? You are going to check the things, the sentences that we have here, and you are going to decide if this goes with present simple or with present continuous. You are going to fill the spaces, okay? We are going to do it together. So let's begin with Anna. Anna, go ahead, the first one. You have you come and then you have tonight. If you have tonight, Anna, is this present simple or continuous? What do you say?
Continuous.
Continuous, very good. Why?
Because I type in present continuous.
Because this is something in future, porque es algo en futuro. Y el que usas para futuro muy cercano es continuous. So, Anna, how can you do it? This is a question. Look at this, a question. So, how can I complete it? Go ahead, Anna.
Are you come tonight?
Are you come? Me estás haciendo un divorcio ahí terrible.
Are you coming?
Very good, coming. No se les olvide, el verbo to be va con el ing, no me lo separen. Very good, Anna, thank you. Let's continue with Gaby Rojas. Gaby, the next one, you have he, eat, in brackets, and you have rice every day. Look at this expression, every day. So, Gaby, is this simple or continuous?
Simple.
Very good, because this is a daily routine. How can you do it?
He eats rice every day.
Are you sure? Look at this. This is a question.
He eats rice every day.
This is a question.
Okay. He does eat every day, rice every day.
Does he eat rice every day? So don't forget, guys, in present simple you have auxiliary verbs, do and does. In this question, your subject is he. That's the reason why your auxiliary is does. Does he eat rice every day? Va en simple porque es todos los días. Okay, let's continue. Jerónimo, the next one. Jero, you have this. I, space, work in brackets, at the moment. Look at this expression, Jero, at the moment. This is in simple or continuous? Go ahead, Jero.
Can you repeat it?
Yes. Look at this. We have this sentence. You have an space, you have the word brackets, the word work in brackets, and you have this expression, at the moment. So, is this sentence in present simple or in present continuous? What do you think?
I think present simple.
Why?
So it will be I.
Pero ¿por qué en simple? Mira que tienes at the moment, en este momento.
Sí.
So, if it's something that is happening in the moment, this continuous. Acuérdense, si está sucediendo en este momento, continuo. So, how can you do it here? I
am working.
Very good. I am working. I am working at the moment. En este momento estoy trabajando. Fíjense que usualmente van a tener una palabrita clave que les va a ayudar. Okay, thank you, Hero. Let's continue with Juan Camilo. So, Camilo, look at this. Once again, you have a question. And we have the subject he, we have come, and we have to London and the word often. This is the word that is going to tell you if this is in continuous or simple. So, Juan Camilo, what do you think? The word often. Is this present simple or present continuous?
Sería the present
Often. Frequency adverb.
the present continuous, ¿no?
¿Por qué continuo? ¿Está en el futuro o está sucediendo en este momento, amor? No, mira que tienes often, seguido, acuérdate.
Ah, no, simple.
Simple.
Present simple.
Acuérdate que cuando es algo often, un hábito, una costumbre que tienes, que es seguida, que es often, cuando tienes un frequency adverb, ya te vas a saber que es simple, ¿listo? So, this is simple. How can you do it, Camilo? This is a question, so how can you do it?
He
It's a question in present simple. Pregunta en presente simple, tienes un auxiliar. ¿Cuál es?
does he come?
Does
He
come? Very good. Does he come to London often? ¿Él viene a London seguido? Mis amores, recuerden que siempre van a tener una palabrita ayuda. Va a haber un at the moment, o un always, o un often, o un everyday, o un tonight. La oración siempre les va a ir indicando en dónde están, ¿listo? Okay, let's continue with, give me a second. Geronimo. Let's go with the next one, Geronimo. So you have he, space, in brackets you have the word play, tennis, and look at this, you have now. Tennis, now. So Geronimo, is this present simple or continuous?
Continuous.
Perfect. How can you do it?
He are playing tennis now?
Here, are you sure that is here?
No, he is.
He is, very good. He is playing tennis now. Very good, Geronimo. Mariana, the next one. Look at this, princess. You have space. You come in brackets. And look at this. To the cinema later. Mira que la palabra que te va a indicar todo es later. So, baby. To the cinema later, Mariana. Present simple or continuous?
Continuous.
Continuous, very good, because it is in the future, está en el futuro, más tarde. So how can you do it? Look at this, it is a question. So how can you do it, Mariana?
Are
Uh-huh.
you come?
Very good. Are you coming? Are you coming to the cinema later? Perfect, Mariana, great job. Let's go with Mateo. Mateo, the next one. Look at this. You have they. In brackets, you have not come. That means that is negative. Si les tienen el not entre paréntesis, es negativo, amores. They not come to the party tomorrow. So, Mateo, simple or continuous?
Continuous.
Continuous, perfect. How can you do it?
They aren't coming to the party tomorrow.
Perfect. They aren't coming to the party tomorrow. Oh, they are not coming. Perfect, perfect, very good. Michelle, my dear, it's your turn. So, Michelle, you have he, you have in brackets not play, o sea que es negativo. You have golf now. Look at this word, golf now. Is this present simple or present continuous, Michelle?
Present continuous.
Perfect, baby. How can you do it?
He isn't playing golf now.
Perfect, very good. He isn't playing golf now. Great job, Michelle. Let's go with Samuel. Samu, look at this one. This is a question, and you have you play tennis this Sunday. This Sunday. No te dice every Sunday, dice this Sunday. So, this is simple or continuous, Samuel?
I think simple.
No. En este caso es continuo porque te está diciendo, te quiere preguntar cómo vas a jugar este domingo. Sería simple si en lugar de decir this Sunday dijera every Sunday. Si tuviera un frequency adverb. Y para todos porque esto puede ser confuso, amores. Muchas veces nos enredamos cuando vemos un día de la semana. Pero siempre para no enredarse y saber qué es, miren la palabra anterior. ¿Listo? Si la palabra anterior es every, es un frequency adverb para decir que siempre every or all Sunday, es simple. Pero si tienen un this, es como que están hablando del siguiente día, el siguiente domingo, así que es futuro. Entonces, Samu, esto es en continuo porque es en futuro. ¿Cómo lo harías? It is a question, Samu. So how can you do it? You have you, this is your subject, and play is the verb. A question in present continuous. How can you do it, Samu?
You are playing tennis this Sunday.
Listo, ahora es una pregunta. Hazle switch. En lugar de you are, lo cambias. ¿Cómo sería?
I am playing
No, no,
tennis
no.
this Sunday.
Lo tenías bien, lo tenías bien. En afirmativo sería you are playing tennis this Sunday. Eso es un afirmativo. Pero acuérdate que cuando es una pregunta le tenemos que hacer switch. Ya no vas a poner sujeto verbo to be, sino verbo to be sujeto. Entonces dale de nuevo. ¿Cómo lo harías? En lugar de you are, ¿cómo lo dices? Go ahead, Sam. You can do it. Go, baby. You can do it. How can you do it? Mira,
Teacher, I know how to do it, but I forgot.
no, yo sé que tú sabes, pero lo puedes hacer, dale. Acuérdate, mira, le haces switch. Te voy a mostrar las diapositivas. Look at this. Mira las preguntas. En lugar de decir esto, the children are sleeping, dicen, are the children sleeping? Mira que cambiamos algo. El verbo to be va de primeras, acuérdate, y después el sujeto. Entonces lo vas a hacer otra vez. ¿Cómo sería?
Pues are you playing
Ajá.
tennis this Sunday?
Are you? That's it. Very good. Miras cuando son preguntas, chicos. Are you playing tennis this Sunday? Very good. Let's continue with Sophie Vanega. Sophie, the next one. They, you have go to a restaurant and look at this every Saturday. So, Sophie, Sarah, is this simple or continuous? Simple, very good, because it's every Saturday. So, if this is simple, you have your subject day, how can you do it here? ¿Y por qué do? Mira que tienes el verbo es go, no me puedes usar otro. That's it, very good. Simplemente go. ¿Por qué, amores? Pues porque es tan simple y aquí no tienen he, she, así que solamente ponen el verbo que está entre paréntesis. Listo. Very good. Let's continue with Sophie Orjuela. Sophie. She, not go in brackets, that means that is negative. Oh, she left the call. Let's wait for her. Okay, while Sophie arrived, let's go with Thomas. So Thomas, the same one. She, you have a space, you have not go, that means that is in negative, to the cinema very often. So you have very often, look at this, often. Thomas, this is in simple or continuous? Look at the word, often, frequency adverb, often. Simple or continuous?
Simple.
Very good, simple. ¿Por qué? Porque tienes un adverbio de frecuencia. Algo que haces usualmente o no haces usualmente. So, very good, Thomas. As this is in simple, how can you complete it? Look at this, it's negative. So, she Don't forget, Thomas, that in negative, in present simple, you have auxiliary verbs. Acuérdate de los verbos auxiliares. Do or does, taking into account the subject. So with she, what do you use with she, Thomas? Do or does?
Sorry, teacher, can you repeat?
Yes. Don't forget that you have auxiliary verbs. En presente simple, cuando vas a hacer algo en negativo, tienes verbos auxiliares. Tienes el do y tienes el does. ¿Qué utilizas con she? ¿Do o does?
She does.
Ajá.
Yes.
¿Y si es negativo? She.
Do.
¿No? Es igual. Va a ser does, pero entonces en negativo. ¿Cómo es la forma negativa del does?
Don't.
No, señor. Eso es la forma negativa.
Doesn't.
Doesn't. Entonces, ¿cómo te queda esta oración, Thomas? She
She doesn't go to cinema very often.
Very good. She doesn't go to the cinema very often. Very good. Okay. Let's continue. Anna, the next one. You usually, you have a space, arrive late. Look at this. You have usually. Anna, is this in simple or continuous?
In simple.
Very good. How can you do it? You usually.
You usually arrives.
Arrives or arrive?
Arrives, ¿no?
No,
Porque
sin
se
la,
debería-
sin la S porque el sujeto es you. Acuérdate que la S solo es con he, she, it. ¿Listo?
Okay. Arrive late.
Entonces solamente arrive. You usually arrive late. Very good. Let's continue. Gaby Rojas, the next one. He normally, space, eat dinner at home. So, simple or continuous, Gaby?
Simple.
Very good. You have normally. So, how can you do it? He normally.
Normally eats dinner at home.
Perfect. Eats. En este caso, chicos, iba con S porque miren el sujeto. He. Very good, Gaby. Let's continue. Jerónimo, you have this one. You study in brackets every night. And it is a question. But if you have every night, Jero, is this simple or continuous?
Continuous?
Are you sure? Every night. Todas las noches.
No. Simple.
Simple. ¿Por qué? Porque tienes un hábito. Un hábito de todas las noches. Okay? So how can you do it? It is a question. Go ahead. Look at your subject.
No sé.
Sí sabes. Acuérdate, mira tus notas. Acuérdate que tienes dos auxiliares en presente simple para hacer preguntas. ¿Cuáles son tus auxiliares? It begins with...
No, did you study every night? No.
No, did es en pasado. No hemos hablado de pasado.
Sí.
Pero también empieza por D.
Do you
That's
study
it.
every night?
Do you study? Acuérdense, chicos, de aprenderse sus auxiliares. Si es con he, she, es does. Si es con los otros, es do. Do you study every night? Es en simple, es una pregunta en simple. Do you study every night? Thank you, Jero. Juan Camilo, the next one. You have this. They work in brackets late, but you have the word usually. And this is a question. So usually, is this simple or continuous, Juan Camilo?
Simple.
Very good. How can you do it? This is a question.
Do they work?
Perfect. Do they work late? Usually, ellos trabajan hasta tarde usualmente. Perfect, Juan Camilo. Geronimo, it's your turn. You, space, not go out later.
You aren't going out later.
Perfect. You aren't or you are not going out later. Tienen un later. O sea, últimamente y así. Continuous, últimamente. Okay, perfect, baby. Let's go with Mariana. The next one, Mariana. Look at this one. I not work is negative tonight. You have the word tonight. So simple or continuous, Mariana? Mariana.
Continuous, teacher.
Continuous, perfect. How can you do it? I
am not working.
Perfect, perfect, perfect. I am not working tonight. Oh, sorry, working tonight. That's it. Thank you, Mariana. Mateo, the next one. This is a question, so you have she work and you have at the moment. Simple or
Is she
continuous?
working at the moment?
Perfect, continuous. Is she working at the moment? Very good, Mateo. Michelle, the next one. I not drink, negative Michelle, coffee and you have very often. Simple or continuous, Michelle?
Simple.
Simple, perfect. How can you do it? I
know.
Your auxiliary verb. ¿Cuál es tu auxiliar del simple, mi amor?
I am.
No, eso es continuo.
I do.
Listo, el auxiliar es do, pero entonces es en negativo. Entonces, ¿cómo sería?
I don't.
I don't
drink
coffee very often. That's it. And the last one is going to be done by Samuel. Go ahead. Julie, sleep now. Tienes un now. Simple or continuous, Samuel?
Simple.
Now. En este momento. Now es ahora. Para cosas que haces en este momento, ¿qué utilizas? ¿Simple o continuo?
Continue.
Perfect. Entonces, ¿cómo quedaría, Samu? Julie.
Sleeps now.
Continuous. Verbo to be más ing. Samu, pilas con eso.
Is sleeping now.
Julie is sleeping. Very good. Julie is sleeping now. Okay, guys. This was the first exercise. Now let's go to the second one. We are going to solve this and we are going to practice a bit, but we are going to do it in quizzes. Okay? So, I am going to send you the pin to access to quizzes. Quizzes, okay? Please everyone access to quizzes from your computer, from your cell phone. Okay. So everyone, let's go to quizzes. This is the pin. And go ahead. We are going to have the next part of the class in quizzes. Just to keep practicing, okay? If you have questions, just let me know.